Good morning, dear students. Our lesson today is the second lesson in Unit 5, Geometry, comparing the measure of the angle in a triangle. First of all, theorem number 1. If in a triangle, if two sides have an equal length, then the longer is opposite to the angle of the greater measure. Like if you have triangle like this, okay, which is called A, B, C. If I said side AB 5 cm and side AC 3 cm. First of all, here, which one is the side is greater? The side is greater, which is 5 cm. So 5 cm, what is the angle opposite to the 5 cm, which is measure angle C? So here you have measure angle C is greater than measure angle. Which angle? Exactly, B. Understand till now? The measure of the greater one, the side of the greater is greater than the measure. This is what I said. Okay, now let's take an example. Here in this example, in the opposite figure, if you have A, B, C, D is a quadrilateral. What is the meaning of quadrilateral? Which has 4 sides, in which AB equals to 5 cm. Did you see this? Yes. AB equals to 5 cm, BC equals 2 cm, CD equals 3, and DA equals 4. Here, write it. Prove that measure angle DCB. First of all, which one is DCB? DCB, this one, this angle, greater than DAB. I want to prove this angle is greater than the other. First of all, I will make the two triangles. The first triangle in triangle ACD. Okay, this part ACD. Okay, which one is the greater in length? Of course, 4 cm is greater than 3 cm. So here you have AD, since AD is greater than DC in length, okay, therefore measure angle. What is the angle which is opposite to 4 cm? The angle opposite to 4 is measure angle C, this part. So measure angle, not called C, is called ACD, greater than measure angle CAD, the other one. Let's see. Here you have 4. The opposite of 4, measure angle DCA, and the opposite of 3, side of 3, which is DAC, this one. So I write side greater than side, so measure greater than the other measure. Understand till now? Okay. I will call this one number 1. Then I will talk to the another triangle, which is called this one, in triangle ABC. What is the side which is greater, 5 or 2? Of course, you have 5 is greater than 2. So 5 is called, since AB greater than BC, therefore measure angle. What is the side opposite to AB? Here you have AB. Did you see this part? What is the side opposite? Exactly, BCA. Measure angle BCA greater than measure angle BAC, and I will call this one, which is number 2. Understood till now? Okay, by adding number 1 and 2, make add 1 and 2. So here, this one and this one add, so I make it plus measure angle ACD plus measure angle ACB or BCA, they are the same, greater than measure angle this part by this part, CAD, and also plus measure angle BAC. When I make add for each other, I make this part plus this part. So this one by this one, I get this measure DCB, and I make this one by this one, I get the other one which is smaller than. So this is what the required to prove, which is prove that measure angle DCB greater than measure angle DAB. Understand till now? Now let's take the third lesson, which is called comparing the length. In the previous lesson is comparing the measure. So I said the side greater than the side, so the measure is greater than the measure. Here, comparing the length, which is the converse. Okay? Here in the theorem said, in a triangle, if two angles are unequal in measure, then the greater angle in measure is opposite to a side greater in length than the opposite to the other angle. Now let's see. If you have triangle like this, okay, and this part, I will triangle like this, and this part equals to 50, and this one equals to 30, and this triangle is called ABC. Here, which one is the greater measure? The greater measure is 50 greater than 30. Which measure angle C greater than measure angle C? Okay, so the side is greater than the side. Which side? The opposite side. Here you have 50, the opposite of AB, greater than 30, which is AC. Understand? Now let's take an example. In the opposite figure, in this example, here you have ABC is a triangle in which measure angle BAC equals to 70 and AD parallel to BC. Of course, if I have parallel, I have alternate or corresponding or interior. Let's see. And the measure angle DAB equals to 30. First of all, here you have since AD parallel to BC. Therefore, of course, here you have letter Z. Did you see? Like this part. Letter Z. So, measure angle DAB equals to measure angle B. Of course, equals to 30. So, in this part, I go and write this part equals to 30. Understand till now? Okay. In this triangle, which is called ABC, can I get measure angle C? Of course. If I want measure angle C in this one, of course, any triangle, the sum of interior angles equals to 180 minus the sum of them, which is 70 plus 30, this triangle. Okay, I will get the answer, which is 80. And I forget to write here, this one is alternate or interior or corresponding. I must write it, which is alternate, letter Z. Understand till now? Okay. First of all, here proves that AB, which one is AB? This part is called AB, greater than AC. Now let's see the measure. I get the C. Let's see. I get here, this one is 30 and this one is 80. As I said, 80 is greater than 30. That I write, but I write it with letters. Measure angle C greater than measure angle B. The angles in measure is greater, so the side opposite. Which one is the side of opposite to 80? Which is called, therefore, AB is greater than, what about 30? Opposite of AC. Understand? Okay, now let's take some colors. Here you have color number 1. In a right angle triangle, this triangle like this, which is called ABC, right angle at B. The hypotenuse is the longest side. This is called the hypotenuse, which is opposite to the 90. Of course, this is the longest side. Okay, corollary number 2. Here you have corollary number 2. If the length of the perpendicular line segment, let's draw it. Here you have a straight line and a triangle, and this one, it will be perpendicular to it. Okay, which is called A, B, C. This one is called 2D. Here, the length of the perpendicular line segment, this is perpendicular to the line segment, from a point outside a straight line, point outside here, which is point C, to this line is shorter than any line segment drawn from this point to the given straight line. Here, which is called the CD. CD is the shortest side. So CD is smaller than CB. And also CA, the other side, is greater than CD. So CD is the smaller one. Here, this is called CD, which is drawn outside the straight line. Now let's take the last example in this lesson. In this lesson, example number 2, in the opposite figure ABCD is a quadrilateral, and XY and E are the midpoints. Here, the midpoint, which is BE equals to EC, okay, are the two midpoints of AB, AD, BC respectively, and the measure angle BDC, let's see, BDC equals to 90. Prove that DE. Which one is DE? This part, this side, DE, greater than XY, greater than XY, this one. Okay, I said the sides, so I must prove the measure is greater. Now, let's prove. I put the opposite figure, okay, and let's prove it. First of all, in triangle ABD. Which one is triangle ABD? Let's see, ABD, this part. Let's color it. Okay, here. ABD. In triangle ABD, of course, here you have X and Y are two midpoints. Since X, Y are two midpoints here at the point X of AB, then the point Y, which is AD, respectively. Okay, therefore, if you have two midpoints, so XY equals to half DA. XY equals to half DA, sorry, DB, as we took in first primary. Understand till now? This is number 1. Now let's talk to the other triangle, which is called, the other triangle called DBC, this part. Okay, in triangle DBC, here you have since measure angle D. Can I say D equals to 90? No, I said measure angle BDC equals to 90 degree. And here you have E is a midpoint. Midpoint of what? Let's see. Here you have point E, midpoint of BC. Therefore, DE, of course, it's a median because you have midpoint, and measure angle BDC equals to 90. So DE equals half the hypotenuse. Which one is the hypotenuse? Is the opposite to the 90, which is BC. Did you understand? Okay. So you have BC is greater than, this is number 2. Okay, so BC is greater than BD. Okay, because BC is a hypotenuse. Okay, now let's take this part. Let's take this one, which is number 1, and number 2, this one. Okay, now let's see. Here you have half, and this part, the 3, 1 and 2 and 3. So you have BC, half BC, equals to half, sorry, the pen, there is wrong with the pen. Half BC is greater than half BD. It's okay. So I remove half with half. Then I will get, therefore, DE greater than XY. Okay, did you understand? Thanks for listening. Here, this is the lesson number 2 and 3 in geometry. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.